For the longest time, I've been getting the same question over and over again, and I thought it's about time that I make a video about this. And the question is, hey, Bedros, how do I become successful? And I'll always bait the person by asking them, well, how do you define success? And I say, well, I want to be able to travel first class, or I want to be able to get a Lamborghini and a Rolls Royce, or I want to get this really nice watch. And listen, I am not here to judge you on what you want out of life, but I can tell you that if you define success by material things, then you're probably not going to achieve success, because when you have the private jet, in my case, the private gym, the fancy cars, the nice watches, the multiple houses, look, I've got 6 houses, and none of those define my success. I'll tell you what defines success for me. And when I share this with people, they go, yes, you're right, that's it. So, and the reason you probably define success right now in the terms of material things is because you outwardly want to show people that, hey, I'm doing all right. Look, I've got a fancy car, I've got a Mercedes, Lamborghini, Rolls Royce, I've got a nice house, I've got a yacht, I'm flying first class or even private, right? And that's great, it's okay to do that, but that still won't make you successful. And here's what I mean. It's like, Bedros, no, I think it will, because right now I don't have the money to do all that stuff and get all that stuff, so I would be successful. No, success is not a matter of possessions. The possessions are just really cool trophies to have to remind you of your success. See, I define success as happiness, right? I mean, think about this. If I asked you, well, why do you want that Rolls Royce? You might say, well, because I want to drive in a luxury car. Well, why would you want to drive in a luxury car? Because I want to have the finer things in life. Well, why do you want the finer things in life? And if I keep asking why over and over again, by the time I ask 9 or 10 times, you're going to say, well, because that Rolls Royce would make me happy, right? So in reality, what we're all after is happiness. Success really is happiness. And so if success is happiness, what if we can actually define what that looks like? So let me break it down for you. Remember, over the years, I've coached and consulted over 1,800 entrepreneurs, many of them going on to multiple 7 figures, 8 figures, even 9 figures. I myself, I'm doing all right in life. And there was a time that I defined success as having material things, because it's really good to show it off on social media especially, or friends, and get the oohs and the ahs, but you still kind of feel a little hollow and empty inside, because true success is happiness. So you might go, well, Bedros, then how do I get happiness? Because I thought the private jet and I thought the houses and the nice cars would get me happiness. As it turns out, happiness boils down to 4 specific things. And I'm going to share that with you right here and now, and you might agree with me. And if you do, I want you to leave comments down below, and of course share this video, because more people deserve to have real success, as in happiness. So what is happiness? It boils down to 4 different things. Are you ready for this? Number 1, happiness is money. Yes, that's right, it's money. But it's not money by way of just the fact of having money, but money is a vehicle to freedom, isn't it? Money allows you to buy back your time. The only thing on this planet worth more than money is your time. So think about this. People that I know who are very successful but absolutely depressed and anxious, going stir crazy, suffering in silence, these are people who have money, have bought a lot of stuff to show the world that they're successful, but they have no time with their family. They have no time for self-care. They have no time to spend with the people they love. They have no time to have peace of mind, right? So when you have money, you have to use money as a vehicle to freedom, and money's gonna help you make an impact, which is number 2, meaning, right? Number 2 is meaning. Happiness comes from a sense of meaning, significance, impact. If you're not making an impact on your church, or if you have a charity that really speaks to you and you go, one day I want to donate to that charity, or one day I want to be able to donate $1 million to my church, or one day I want to be able to help out the country that I came from, and one day never comes, that's a sad and unfortunate thing, right? So this goes back to money. And so when we get successful and we get money, we tend to want to hoard stuff. And then we go, okay, as soon as I get more money, then I'll help the charity and the cause. But the reality is there's always more shit to buy. There's always more stuff to get. And so if you get yourself in that cycle of, no, I want the better Rolls Royce, or I want the better sports car, I want the bigger house, I want the one on the beach. Remember, I'm not judging you for that. I'm getting a house on the beach. I'm that guy. I'm getting a house on the beach because I love to surf and I don't want to drive 40 minutes from Chino Hills anymore. And so I'm not judging you, but I'm telling you this, happiness, true success, comes from money, where you buy back your time and use that money as a vehicle for freedom. It also comes from meaning. So start using some of that money before you go and buy possessions and stuff. Consider using some of that money for meaning, for impact. Give to your church, give to a cause that you believe in. And when you do, you're gonna have another thing to talk about with the third thing, relationships, right? Most people aren't happy even if they have money because they eroded their relationships. They got so caught up into creating more money and hustling and grinding and working their face off. Listen, I'm all for doing that, but at what cost? What if you can hustle half as hard, grind half as hard because you're hustling and grinding in the right direction, right? Think about this. If there was gold to my right and I just had to dig 4 feet to get that gold, like a giant bag of gold, right? Worth billions of dollars. Now I decided that I'm gonna dig to my left. I could dig all the way to China and I could hustle and grind and have the best work ethic and never quit and just drink water and keep digging. It's not the effort that you put in, it's the effort in a focused direction that's guaranteed to produce an outcome that matters. And so the reason I share this with you is if you have the money and you have meaning, what are you doing about nurturing your relationships? That's the third component, relationships. Your immediate family, your kids, your siblings, your parents, right? Your friends, the people who are rooting for you. Are they still rooting for you, or did you disconnect from them so much that they forgot who you are, that you forgot who they are? Maybe you forgot a birthday, a wedding anniversary. Maybe you forgot to just text them, I love you, I care for you, I'm grateful for you. You gotta have the relationships if you want happiness. And the fourth and final thing is your health. Your health. Think about this. You can have money. You can donate some of that money to your church and your favorite causes and charities. And you could share the experience of donating with your family and your relationships. But if your health is suffering, are you going to be happy? No, I bet you would trade better health for all the money in the world, right? And so get your 7 to 8 hours of sleep every day. Have peace of mind. Work on your mindset. Work on your stress management, on your anxiety management. Go work out. Consider eating right. Eat right 6 days a week. On that 7th day, cheat, enjoy, let loose, have fun, and then dial it right back in for the next 6 days. Because without your health, all the money and meaning and relationships in the world, they're useless. I'm telling you this right now. So when people reach out to me and say, Bedros, I want to be successful. How do I become successful? And when I ask you, how do you define success? I hope the next time you'll say, look, I define success with happiness. And I define happiness by having money, by having meaning, by having great health, and strong relationships with the people I care and love about. Talk to you later.